Well, we're live. Hello everyone, how you doing? On today's stream, we're going to be talking about one of our favourite horror films. Like, for example, Hellraiser. I think Hellraiser 1 is really good. Yeah, Hellraiser 1 is a really good film. It aged well because of the effects and... Alright, it's called The Hell Priest, but people call him Pinhead, obviously.
The Hell Priest.
Yeah, that's what they call him in it.
That's what he's called. That's his name.
Yeah, obviously everyone called him Pinhead.
Fucking Pinhead.
It's such a good film.
What, Hellraiser?
Yeah, it's very creepy.
Yeah.
Even to some, angel to others.
Yeah, demons to some, angels to other.
But literally, the effects still hold up to this day.
They do, yeah, they're really good. I really like them.
Like when he's going back to life, Frank. They actually made that, didn't they? Like it looked like he's going back.
Yeah. Like they actually put it all together.
Yeah, I watched the second one for the first time the other day.
Oh, what'd you think of it?
I think it's up there with the first one. Still really good. I think because the effects look real, they creep you out more.
It's like, just so you can tell it's just makeup at the end of the day. But, it's really good makeup for the time.
It's practical, that's why.
Yeah. Because, like, you know, just, I mean, they make someone's got loads of needles in his head look cool. Pretty dark.
You don't want to play the box.
It's like, yeah, like, why would you play with the box? You know, it's fucking ridiculous, you know?
All it does is fuck you up, tears you apart.
Yeah.
You get tortured. I like how the Hell Priest isn't even the main person in the film.
Yeah. He's just the one that, you know, kickstarts the plot, you know, Frank is the villain.
Yeah, he scoops help. The wife helps him.
Yeah.
I mean, the second one, she's the bad guy.
It's like, you know, he's willing to sacrifice multiple people to save his own soul. You know, because that's what villains do, I suppose.
Yeah. Like, a lot of stuff wasn't enough for him, so you have to go for more. That's why he found the box.
Oh, yeah, he went on. Where does he find the box again? I can't remember.
Yeah, I don't know, but Yeah, it's on like it's some place, whatever it is. It always appears there.
Yeah.
Kills the guys. He kills the daughter's dad that takes his skin.
You're lagging a bit.
Over.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I can hear you now, but it's like you were lagging a bit a minute ago.
Hmm. That's weird. Don't know why. Just yeah, these films came out at a different time where people actually made what they wanted.
Yeah. It's like when no one really gave a shit about what you put on the screen.
People didn't care. What's one of your favourite horror films then?
You know what my favourite horror movie is?
The Thing.
The Thing, yeah.
It became a classic today, but back then, people did not like this film.
Yeah, like for some reason people just hated it, like it didn't do that well. Critics weren't so kind to it. But over 30 years later, 40 years later, in fact, it's considered one of the greatest horror movies ever made.
It's just got great cast, the lines are great. You can pick up on the tension that they already had before it happens.
Yeah, it's just like the film runs on paranoia. It's like, who among us is the monster? It's the fear of not knowing what could be out there trying to kill us.
Yeah,
The fear of not what's outside, but what's inside. Already infiltrated us.
like being isolated with
Creepy.
the same people for months would get annoying.
Well, the professionals, they're trained to do it. You know, but they're obviously not. They're trained to deal with that kind of isolation. They have things to pass the time. Two of them are shown smoking weed, and then watching. They play ping pong. They watch. Got to remember, this is the early '80s, so they have to. This is the time before the internet, so they have to find ways to entertain themselves. So boredom was an all too common thing back then. If you didn't have anything physical to entertain yourself with, you were going to get bored really quickly, even at home.
Yeah, I love when he plays the computer at chess and he destroys it.
Yeah, well, the reason it destroys a computer is because it made an illegal move and declared checkmate, even though it couldn't have. So basically, it glitched out, and you can see him glare at it just before he destroys it. That's what he says when he stands up. He goes, "Cheating bitch."
Cheating son of a bitch.
Yeah, it's like if you look at the computer, it makes an illegal move that you can't make in chess, and then declares that it's beaten him. It declares checkmate without first calling check. So,
Yeah,
so
he's
obviously, the
easily the
computer's
best
broken.
character in that film.
Yeah,
He actually kills an innocent person in that film too.
he does it in self-defense, though.
Yeah, the guy trying to grab the gun. Actually,
Well, he runs it in with a knife. He'd be like Clark picks up a scalpel and tries to stab him with it, so he's forced to shoot him.
I love when he threatens to blow the place up when they're trying to get him.
Oh yeah, he'll blow the whole camp up. And
You
you know he
touch
means
me and
it.
I'll blow the whole camp.
You know he means it.
So the best thing is when the guy is about to do trying to bring the guy back to life, and then
Oh yeah,
his stomach opens up.
yeah. It sees it as an attack and it just opens up and attacks.
Bites his arms off.
Yeah, it's creepy shit that.
I love, and it's good when the dog comes at the beginning because you don't have a fucking clue what's going on unless it's Swedish. I think is it Swedish?
Norwegian.
Or Norwegian. If you're Norwegian at the beginning and you never watched it, it spoils the film.
That's what McCready does at the beginning when they go to the camp. He keeps calling them Swedes.
Uh,
He's like, you really want to save those crazy Swedes? Norwegian, Mac. And he gets to the camp and he does it again. Hey, Sweden. They're not Swedish, Mac. They're Norwegian.
and the effects are perfect still. But that's why I love practical more than CGI. I mean, if you use CGI a little, it's fine, but today's day and age, CGI is everything that they do.
Yeah.
But imagine working on a Marvel film, being an actor in it, on a green screen, that's all it is green around you.
No, imagine how you don't. What was it? One of them didn't even know which film he was on because it was all green screen. He thought he was doing Avengers or something. It turned out it was another one of them.
And it spends too much money on it and it looks like shit.
Yeah, I just don't understand how they can, make films look so shit nowadays.
Yeah, especially with how much money they spend on them, you're like, you can make it good, you spent too much. You don't even need much to make stuff look good.
Yeah. What else was there? What other
Um,
scary movie?
there's obviously the original Halloween, which is
Oh
still
yeah,
a classic to this day.
1970.
Yeah. Still such a classic of a film.
It's like, how did just movies is just that good,
Another John Carpenter movie.
John Carpenter, yeah, it's another John Carpenter movie. John Carpenter movies are so good.
He just it's not just the film, it's the music too that he does, it's great.
Yeah,
I think
yeah, well, yeah.
yeah.
He created Halloween's soundtrack himself, and it's all it really is just him pressing a few notes on a piano and a synthesizer,
Yeah.
And then what is it? When you got the fog and you got the thing.
Yeah. He does a lot of it, even the Mouth of Madness he did that one. The Fog is a great film too.
Yeah. What other films did John Carpenter do?
They Live.
Yeah, I know he did They Live.
Um trying to think what else he did.
It's filmography down there somewhere.
Chapter.
The first movie he did was Dark Star, which was a comedy film.
Yeah, so Dark Star. Oh, Assault on Precinct 13. Yeah. Escape from New York. Oh, Christine is another classic.
Yeah,
Starman. I don't think I've seen that.
that's about an alien that comes to Earth and takes the form of a woman's dead husband.
Is that was the one you were talking about not long ago, wasn't it? Or was that a different film? I think it might have been. Big Trouble in Little China. Prince of Darkness.
Yeah, Prince of Darkness. That's the second in what he calls his Apocalypse trilogy, which begins with The Thing and concludes with In the Mouth of Madness.
Village of the Damned. I don't know if I've seen that.
It's I think it's based on the book of what's it called, Midwich Cuckoos or something, and it was adapted into a film in the '60s, and that's like the second adaptation. It's about all these women in the village get pregnant at the same time, and they all give birth to these creepy children with this blonde hair, and the kids have like these powers, these psychic powers. They can make people do things to hurt themselves. All the kids are born with albinism,
Yeah,
basically.
I've heard. I think I've heard about that. Actually. Escape from LA, Vampires, Ghost of Mars, The Ward. I don't think there's a TV show coming out that is what it's about. I don't know what it's called, can't remember, but it's about like different real life stories, but he tells it in like a creepy way.
He was involved in the video game of The Thing, and he also was involved in Fear, the video game Fear.
Yeah. Oh, really? He got obviously. He made the sound. He put the soundtrack in Halloween Kills, Halloween 2018, and Firestarter too. God, these soundtracks are in every. It's in every one of them. That's just crazy.
Yeah.
Obviously, he had help making them, but wow, his film, like all his films, they're quite good. Most of them, anyway.
Prince of Darkness, I think, was about they find
Yeah,
they
they find like it's like a fucking, it's like a massive, yeah,
and it turns out to be Satan or some shit.
it's Satan and that's people. There's like homeless people outside that get affected by it that are like killing people, and they've got to stop the devil from being born or something. It's actually a good movie. It's just great creepy.
No small feat.
Something different with the devil being in a liquid form. That's affected everyone. So yeah, that's John Carpenter's movies. Let's look at the Blair Witch. That was a good movie. The Blair Witch for the time it came out was a classic. They really like marketed this film. Genius. The Blair Witch anyway.
Oh yeah.
Because the actors, everyone thought they were actually dead. They're missing. They actually, when they were like filming, they just put stuff out for him in the day and they made them paranoid and everything, scaring him. This film was something else. I think it was there were students that made this.
Yeah, I think they were students, film students.
I love when they don't actually show the witch. It's like, is the witch real or is it just them losing their mind in the forest?
Well, apparently, at the end, they're supposed to, like, the cameraman was supposed to, like, move the camera to the left slightly so you can see the witch behind her. But apparently they forgot to do that.
I think it's bad that you don't see the witch.
Mm.
Because at the end, it's like, left to you thinking, have they gone crazy? Did they plan this to kill the girl and stuff like that? There's all different theories about this film. But it's just like, it's one of the, like, obviously, found footage has been around longer than this film, but I think this is the one that made found footage giant. That's why they use it today.
Mm. Yeah, like it was like, and then like it started the found footage genre, and then like Cloverfield came along and codified it.
Yeah,
And then
Cloverfield, I remember watching that, it was
yeah,
great.
there was also Paranormal Activity as well.
Oh, yeah, Paranormal 3, even though it had a small budget too, it made so much money.
Yeah.
But I think the Blair Witch is the one that made that's like the most famous one because it wasn't made on much. But I do love in the film when they were talking to the different like townspeople about the witch, and they all got different stories, and that is it makes the film feel more realistic. Yeah, not a lot happens in this film, but it's still great. More atmosphere than anything.
Yeah. It's like, because you never see it, do you? It's most of the time it's kept out of you don't actually see anything, any monsters or anything, do you?
No, there's like obviously someone leaves, like the what's it called? It's not the Blair Witch symbol. I can't remember what it's called. But someone starts leaving all them around
Kind
and
of,
stuff.
kind of image, yeah.
The obviously the air laughing in the night and stuff like that. I think those the creepy spots when they go in the little house thing. I wonder what these directors did after this.
Probably nothing.
If they
Yeah,
did
like
anything.
they find the house, and he oh, that infamous shot of him stood in the corner facing the wall.
Yeah, and then the camera drops to the floor. You don't know what happened.
I remember
Because
the first time I played the demo for Resident Evil 7.
yeah,
You go down the ladder and you find that guy stood in the corner facing the wall. And I was
oh
like,
yeah.
oh, fuck that, no. I was like, fuck that, this is just like the Blair Witch Project, fuck that.
And then you touch him and he falls and he's got a pipe in his fucking eye or something.
Yeah, he's really pale through the eyes.
Thought that one of the guys directed VHS 2 apparently. Probably an episode,
Oh,
probably a segment, a segment, a ride in the park apparently.
interesting.
Yeah, VHS is an interesting film.
Hmm.
Creepy stories that they tell.
You continue, I'll be back in several minutes, just need to go do something.
Okay. I'll talk about one of the films I like it. Killer Clowns from Outer Space is a classic film. It's so like daft and that and I love it, I love the clowns. Clowns like aliens. They've got all these clowns. it's very 80s. You can tell it is an 80s movie. There's like a shooting star at once. Then he's going to investigate and they find a fucking circus tent and they go inside and then they find people in cotton candy dead. And then they freak out because clowns are coming. And they get shot at with popcorn that follows them. Just sticks on them. The cop, this image he gets. Pies at him. But dies. The pies melt his skin. It's weird. Yeah, the clown's a creeper. There's a guy who goes over his dog and it's so like stupid, but it's a classic. It's got a great song too. Like if you listen to the song, it's great. That's what I love about it. This is I say like the leader of them because it's just yeah. The cop like gets turned into a puppet. There's a guy that goes directs the the clown's bike. He's like, "What you gonna do? Knock my block off?" And he gets sent off. Because you could do anything back in the 80s and so it is. You just do what you want. Make what you want and no one really cares. I think that's what horror does in general, to be honest. Horror's really good at doing all that. That's what I love about horror. So strange of a movie, but I love it. It's a classic to me. So they do a puppet show, then they start telling people to go and camp. They just do a clown stuff, to be honest. But yeah, it's such a good film. Who was the director? Let's have a look. No one knows. Stephen Gildo. I don't know, but yeah, it's great. I love that film. It's really cool. Our next film I want to talk about is Torture. I'm not going to spoil it because it's a great film. And you haven't seen it, you should. But it's made by two people from YouTube, Danny and Michael, and made Wreck and Record. They did like short stuff on YouTube. Like what was it? Is it Halo versus Harry Potter or something? Or was it no? Was it Halo versus Call of Duty? They did stuff like that. They 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 are into like wrestling and everything, and they made a film. They were the first original film that went to theaters in America and the UK everywhere. It's about this hand that you get no explanation where it's from, and you can connect with spirits on the other side about that. That's what they do. It's set in Australia. It's one of the best horror films that came out this year to me.
What's that then?
Talk to Me is one of the best horror films I've seen this year.
Well, I'm hard with it.
You
I mean,
you haven't watched it yet. It's crazy how they from YouTube to making a full love movie that went to theatres everywhere. And obviously they started on YouTube, which is really interesting to be honest. What other films is there?
Um, classic horror movies. I guess. Hmm,
Um,
I think.
I want the 2009 Friday the 13th. I like the reboot of it.
The 2018 one or the 2007 one?
2009
Oh, 2000.
Friday the 13th. It's,
Friday the 13th. I was thinking Halloween.
well, if it goes about Halloween, I think Halloween 2018 is where they should have stopped.
Hello, Callum.
Oh, hi Callum.
Doing?
We're live talking about horror movies. We've been live for about 30 minutes.
I've for 20 fucking 7 years or something.
You're really quiet.
Yeah, you are quiet.
Why?
Don't know why,
I don't
but you
know.
were.
We don't know why, man. I'll have a look.
Because he's really fucking quiet and we don't know why.
I'm boosted up pretty nicely.
That's a bit better, but you know, whatever.
There you go.
You're on your phone?
Am I on my own? Yeah.
Or on your phone?
No, computer.
Every time you go on computer, for some reason, you go quiet, it's weird.
I think it's something to do with the PC's actual microphone jack.
Hmm.
Not jack, but port.
Yeah, we've just been talking about some of our favourite horror films.
Nice.
We've talked about The Blair Witch, The Thing, Hellraiser, the original Halloween, and we're talking about Friday the 13th, 2009, probably the best Friday the 13th film out there.
Nice.
Because I like how in this film, Jason's actually scary as a hunter and sets traps and yeah, he's a fucking evil bastard. The girl is on like fire that he put her on like the fire in the camp in the camp bed, and then the guy goes to save her, gets his foot trapped, and then Jason hits him in the head with a fucking machete. And seeing Jason run after is creepy as fuck.
Oh, when he runs.
Yeah,
It's not nice, yeah.
in the other ones he just walks and
Because he's really
teleports.
intense, man. It's like, "Grr."
He just teleports in the other one, like you can run away dead fast and he's next minute he's right there. And that's why they used it in the game, him teleporting. It was a shame what happened to that game, because it was a good game. What?
Really wish we got 2009 Jason in the game.
Yeah, I heard that they were going to put in. The next map was like, obviously in space, Jason X. But yeah,
Yeah, they were gonna put in a few different Jasons. Right, Jason X was going to be the first one they were going to add before, but then again got cancelled. They were also going to add that mode called Paranoia, where one of the counselors was the murderer.
oh yeah, I remember hearing about that. It's shame it got cancelled. But now it seems like they've sorted all that shit out because next year they're making a TV show about Jason. Jason is just.
I can't remember that movie at all. Really.
The 2009 one.
2009 one is worth it for seeing Jason being the scariest he ever has been.
It also has like the raunchiest fucking sex scene in the entire franchise.
It's so fucking stupid.
Well, just bouncing on top of him.
Of course, Michael Bay was involved, obviously.
Oh yeah. Well, apparently the Friday the 13th 2009 movie is set in the same universe as Transformers because yeah, like, hear me on this. The guy, the blonde fella Trent in Friday the 13th,
Yeah.
who ends up cheating on his girlfriend with that other girl, has that really graphic sex scene.
You got giant boobs.
Stuff like your tits are stupendous or something like that. Anyway, that guy, if you watch the first Transformers movie, it's the exact same guy at the beginning when Sam shows up in his car and takes Megan Fox. It takes Megan Fox home.
Yeah, it's the guy who's like a dickhead.
It's like there's a blonde-haired guy named Trent, same actor as well.
Yeah,
Same director. So that one character establishes that Friday the 13th, and the Transformers movie take place in the same universe. So in that remake of Friday the 13th, Jason Voorhees exists in the same universe as shape-shifting robots that take the forms of cars.
Yeah, it's just obviously cast that guy. It's like, oh, who do we need as like a dickhead and a bully? Oh,
Well,
the
it's like,
same guy from that film.
Yeah, Transformers came out 2 years before Friday the 13th, and it's like, so yeah, out of all the characters, they got this guy, like Travis Van Winkle plays Trent, and he's in Transformers for like maybe 3 minutes, right? Showing off that he's not a very good boyfriend to Megan Fox's character, and he's also a bit of a dickhead to, Shia LaBeouf's character. And then 2 years later, he shows up as one of the main characters in Friday the 13th and gets a really horrible death scene. He gets a really graphic sex scene and gets a really horrible death scene.
You probably guess one of the worst death scenes.
Impaled on the back of a tow truck.
I mean, he's about to abandon everyone else. He's like, fuck these guys.
I mean, can you blame him, really? But the thing is, in any other horror movie, his paranoia ends up, being the death of him because, he's cautious about the guy driving the truck that's come out of nowhere. He's like, this truck's just arrived on the road out of nowhere, and he's offering to give me a lift. And he's slowly approaching it, right? And then the driver, for a few minutes, the driver of the car pokes his head out to see what's going on. And then Jason suddenly pops up behind him and stabs him in the back, and the driver sees it, is like, fuck this, and drives off out of there. But not before Jason impales him on the back of the tow truck.
Right, is Victor Miller.
Fuck Victor Miller. Fucking hate Victor Miller.
Jesus.
That piece of shit. That piece of shit. His only successful movie was Friday the 13th. Every other movie he did was dog shit.
Did he do the first Friday the 13th? Yeah, he did.
He did the first movie, right, and then the studio picked up the rights and made a whole bunch of movies out of it, and he hated them, allegedly because he never envisioned Jason as the killer. It was always going to be Pamela. But the fact that he's basically nearly dead.
Yeah.
And decades, he's still. He's ancient. What's he going to do now that he's got the rights? Nothing. He's too old. He's going to die before he does anything meaningful. The dude's in his 80s.
He was a writer. Yeah.
I know, but he's been fighting to get the rights. He's wasted his entire career fighting to get the friggin' rights back for decades.
Yeah,
it's like
it's just a greedy fuck up to it.
the reason he is so angry, he was so angry that people were making success off. He wasn't angry that people, they were butchering his characters, as he said. He was angry that they were successful. They made a successful franchise out of it, because every other work he'd ever done was bad, was badly received. It was crap. It didn't do well, and this was the only one that did well. But obviously, he wasn't expecting that, and after it, he just dipped.
Yeah, well, he's not the person who made Jason as a character. He,
And
he,
then,
he said the name, obviously, in the first film.
then when Friday the 13th became one of the most profitable horror franchises ever, that's when he felt, oh, I made a mistake here. He was angry that someone had taken his characters and made money out of them. He was just jealous of success.
The character storyline and brought Jason back.
He was jealous, basically. That's all he could chop it up to, is jealousy. His movie made money, but because he wasn't involved in any of the other ones and they made more money, that's where you can see he was very jealous. He was very ticked off about this, to the point that he won't even let people. He feels he's the only one, because Friday the 13th is the only good film that he ever did. He feels entitled to have it. I think. It's my property. I'll be the one to make money out of it. Same as that cunt that wrote The Witcher.
He sold it and it became popular.
He sold the rights to the CD Projekt Red, not thinking it would do any good. Then when it made loads of money, he got really angry. It's one of those. He's the only one. He's entitled to it because he created it.
Yeah, but he didn't create the characters. Jason being the killer, he didn't do that, so he has the rights to what the first film, and that's it. What's he gonna do with that? Remake Pamela as the killer again?
Yeah.
He was a writer with Jason X. This guy is such a douchebag. Guy directed Pathfinder, that's a good film. That's the Chainsaw Massacre. Oh right, yeah. He did the remake for that, the director of Friday the 13th remake.
I'll be back in a moment. Sorry.
Yep. Just look at what he's directed. You know the 7, damn, Paranormal Activity, that's crazy. He's gonna be probably a writer on the new Friday the 13th show, The Crystal Lake. But yeah, Paranormal Activity, the first one is a classic from what it was. I remember being scared by it when I first saw it. I don't think this guy's done anything else. He was the director and writer for the film. He was the producer on Chernobyl Chronicles, of course.
Oh, I'm watching these weird fucking videos.
Yep, well, we'll probably going for another 15 minutes and then call it there.
I'm looking at. I was watching something fucking hilarious about cats. Now I'm on protection dogs. Not attacking people, just like giving out warnings and shit. Like, oh, you're not fucking with that thing. I just want a big dog, man. Ooh.
You want a big dog?
Yeah, man. I want a Rottweiler, don't I? Ooh, shit. That's an actual, almost a dog attack. Oh, shit. That was cool. This dog came running across the street to attack the boy,
Oh yeah, I saw it when the dog protects the kid.
and the shepherd just takes him out of takes the kid out to move him out of the way. A dodge move.
Yeah, saw the video, it's cool.
What a clever dog.
Sorry about that. What are we talking about now?
Well, I was talking about this dog that saved this kid.
It was cool.
Dog that's what, sorry?
Dog, kid was playing in like the ditch in front of his house. Yeah, some fucking houses in America have that. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Dog came over from across the street to attack him, but the German Shepherd they've got.
Oh, that, yeah, I've seen that.
That one hits the kid out the way of his ass.
One second.
Damn.
Damn, Daniel. Yeah, so I'm talking about the director, Wes Craven. He did The Nightmare on Elm Street. People Under the Stairs, which is a fucking creepy film. Obviously he did Scream. Before that was New Nightmare, which was tatted out for Scream.
I'm back. Finally.
Oh.
You ever seen the film called Red Eye, Jake?
No, but I have heard of it. What's it about again?
Where this girl gets on the plane and this guy starts talking to her, but he's actually kidnapping her. It's Cillian Murphy.
Yeah, I knew I'd heard of it.
It's really, Russ Craven was so good at making films. Obviously, he gave us the classic A Nightmare on Elm Street, Scream. Have you ever seen People Under the Stairs? Oh, that's creepy as fuck.
No, I don't believe I have.
Yeah, that's where this family keep, like, I think the kids that they've kidnapped under the stairs. And this guy breaks in the house and they're trying to get him. Two adults and then break into a house occupied by a brother and sister and their stolen children. They must fight for their lives.
Crazy shit. Yeah, I've not heard of. I mean, I've heard of it, but I've not seen it.
Yeah, it's a very like creepy film. I don't know if I would call it horror, more of a thriller. Right now. We forgot, we didn't talk about The Lost Boys though. That is a classic vampire film.
Oh yeah, that's a good vampire movie.
Yeah.
Creepy shit as well.
Just the way like the brother becomes a vampire and then the only one's like freaking out.
Yeah. I haven't seen that in years.
He's got obviously Kiefer Sutherland as a vampire. Such a like great vampire film. I was like, if you've watched if you've watched Oz, he gets mentioned in that film. He's like, oh,
No.
there can't be someone over there. That would be Oz.
Oh yeah.
At the beginning of Oz, he's like, oh, they're filming a movie over there. They're filming The Lost Boys. One of my all-time favourite horror films, and I don't care what anyone says, Gremlins. Gremlins is my favourite horror film. I watch it every year.
It's a Christmas movie.
It's a Christmas and horror movie.
Uh,
Bonus.
Back in a moment, sorry. Again, back in a moment.
Jesus, back in America.
Seeing some sick videos, man.
Yeah. We can call it there, actually. Nearly an hour. Don't want to waste people's time too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, this has been The Real Snakes. I hope you enjoyed the stream. And I'll be back next week, hopefully. Goodbye.
Goodbye.